Hello. So we're doing a Corvus VOD. This is like Diamond, I think. I forget. It's in the thumbnail. Um, this is also console, and this is also the first season 5 VOD. So the changes to Corvus this patch are nothing. So let's get into it. So, running good skin. It always scares me a little bit when I see gold skins in VODs, because it usually means you're like, you spent a lot of time doing something very wrong. You know? Does that make sense? I don't know. That might be toxic. I'm sorry. Alright, let's play. Do you have the two good corv build? The two good corv cards plus self-sustain. Drumroll, please. You do! Okay, so you're running the Friezo build. So the good cards for context are Grand Design and Abyssal Affliction, which is like cool. You have them, that's great. Basically the short version of like why I prefer self-sustain over speed basically is because like this level of self-sustain is like this is I'm gonna need to find like a better name for these, but like there are support builds that you can use where you're just committing to being a bitch the entire game, and this is one of those builds where it's like you're not actually gonna do anything. You're just gonna sit back and heal, and the extra self-sustain lets you not be a bitch. So I like it. It's more fun to play personally. So I recommend you try it. And like 9% movement speed's like honestly, I feel like it's even better to let you get away with more stuff and live better. HP is a fine one pointer. That's up to you. Whatever. Starting to Illuminate is a bit weird. I usually make the other team's Sky prove that they're a problem to me before buying Illuminate. Because if they're not a problem and they're bad, then you don't need to Illuminate. So, looking at comps, this is kind of gang is this? Focusing on cool. Okay, wow, this is like a really disgustingly good comp. Yeah, you mark Corv, you mark Koga, you mark Ruckus. I didn't see who you marked first, but you want to mark the Ruckus first because the mark on the Koga is more important than the mark on the Ruckus. So if you need to change marks for whatever reason, then you want to make sure that the mark on the Koga stays longest. So on this map, just like make sure you're enabling your Ruckus when they go in. That's really it. It's not too much here. If your team goes like left side, there's like some dismounts you can do, but
game time, baby. Let's go.
They might not. Okay, I feel like he could have helped with that fight more, but that's fine.
They got the first frag.
Oh wait, you had. Okay, Nano just fell over. I didn't even notice. Unlucky. So you'll notice Epic Pen in the top right, and that's so that we can draw big fancy circles. And with these big fancy circles, we're gonna draw all the map control that you guys have, which is like here. And then in another big, well, you guys also control down here. So they, on the other hand, control like all this. So this means that you guys are losing. But on your end means that you should be looking to enable anyone who tries to push out and take map control. Friendly word of advice, don't treat your teammates. It doesn't actually do anything. It's just a bad habit, I assume. Hey, so you see the, here, we're gonna drop more circles. 1 tank, 2 tank. You know what that means? Off lane is free, so like you see your off lane is pushing, you could look to enable that a lot more. How did your Koga? That shouldn't happen. Okay, I don't. But why are you here? You know, just like play here. I know like you're jumping, and I know spectators funky with jumping, but Oh, hi, Atlas. What the frick? Okay, this is... What is happening? You're playing Corvus and your team is losing. Unlucky.
Defend the payload. Get after him. Alright, they're getting hot. They're getting hot.
Did I trick you?
Careful about peeking that, my gosh. Huge knife. You might be able to mark that this time. Oh, he does have to mark all of this. Massive. It's like you win that fight because of being all. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, please. No! Okay, you could just hid behind the cart. You could have. Oh my. Okay. We're gonna rewind this because there's a lot going on. So, your weapon's now gone. That's great. So, this Grok dies. Great. And you are basically in mid here. If they push right side, you're the first one they see. This is called frontlining aside. It's not usually that good. It's almost never good because it means that you get flanked and you die because you're really squishy. You can't heal yourself. You can, like, if your Ying gets flanked, that you can heal the Ying, you can support the Ying. You can't really do that with yourself. So, like, if your team is pushing, especially like look at where your team is, look where you are. A little bit of a disconnect here. Like your Ying is sort of in the middle, but you know, if you were on the left side, it'd be a lot better. Like, even if this guy does get on you, then you can pop out and Ying can help you and you kill this guy. Then this happens. Right? When you could have just hid behind the cart, right? And then knifed over.
Okay, real talk. I'm gonna stop.
But you do live, so good enough, honestly. It's just you probably could have done that without ult.
They're getting hot. They're getting hot.
So yeah, I mean, again, same thing. If someone was on right side, no one is on right side. But if they were on right side, you're the first one they see. It is hard to follow a ruckus. Like, it's not like a Con or an Ashe where you can really like just follow them in. You know, it's still somewhat doable. I don't know why you're up here. Why are you having us playing with your team? Oh, that's like this is good. I mean, you're walled off, but like, hey, the effort's there, you know. Cool, Corvus, yeah. Wow, look at this Corvus gameplay. Yeah, this is fine. I don't understand how your Koga keeps dying to the sky. I'm gonna be real, but like the man's got a corv mark. He's got like all the cleanses in the world. Because the cleanses, I assume it's is it debuff? Oh, it's preparation. Oh my god.
10, 9.
So this is like really cheeky.
7. 6.
You don't need to do it though.
4, 3, 2.
Again, you are corv. You don't need to like do anything. All you need to really do is like live, make sure your DPS have a mark, and then follow up on team's aggression. Like make sure your DPS are marked. Make sure you're ruckusing Koga this game because your ruckus is being aggressive. Make sure they're marked. Stay alive. Follow up on aggression. That's it. Like you don't need to go for cheeky solo plays, especially now. And also, like, yes, you're going to hit 2 people with your ult. You're probably going to get like 30% back. Great. However, you are fighting the way Bright Marsh, where there's like the mid fight, and there's like these are the 2 chokes where these 2 like little high ground things are. So like, if you guys lose this fight, you'll get a clean retake, another fight, and it's like you just don't need to go for this. Like if you lose this, you can use your ult, you know, if it gets scary. But you're probably gonna win this fight, honestly.
Enemy dub. Look out.
Maybe. Okay, you need to be patient with your knives. Run. Run. Oh my god. Okay, so like you had knife. Oh my god, it's okay. So did your ult do anything? No. But like now, like this is a fight that like you need to win out. You can making off people. Nice. So I'm gonna point out like something really small here, but like, I mean you are kind of Corvus and you have knife, and if you get ulti, you just knife to the side. But like playing out here instead of like back here is like, you know, a small difference. But like if you're potentially scared of like stuff that can kill you that quick, like Victor ult, then it can make the difference sometimes. So like now it's like, okay, this is getting dicey. Now is when you'd want to Corvus ult, right? Because you can say, yeah, you ulted twice, maybe, you know, versus if you held it, you ulted once, but like that first ult did nothing. If anything, you charge their support ults faster. Wait, whoa. That's solo heal Maelstrom. Wait, that changes a few things. That means that like your damage is like a lot more valuable because they can't heal it up. So yeah, you can definitely like be looking just to do more damage. Just like farm the Inara. So yeah, Chronos 2, Illuminate 2, that's fine.
Capture point spawns in 15.
Could have bought Haven if you wanted, that's the other option. So something that I will say is that there's two important dismounts on this map that you can go for. The first one is like you roll out like just normally go tree and then you stop like here. And you see that Victor is, you can dismount right in front of him, like right there. You can see him, so you can dismount like that. The other one is if you go into apps with your team. Don't do this rollout where your team is, but like, you know, if you were to, you can dismount like this where the Grok went through. Those are your two options. They're very good, but you know, if this Victor wasn't dismounted for whatever reason and you do the dismount, then he is dismounted. So you're just kind of waiting for your team to make an aggressive play. Your Koga's dead. Okay.
Alright, they get hot.
Console is a strange place, man. Console is a strange place. Okay. Honestly, all I'm really gonna say about that mid fight is like that really shouldn't have happened. So like don't concern yourself about that too much. But if you do notice that your backline is getting run over by this guy, because like they are getting run over by this guy, you can't just say, "Oh, my team sucks, Sky OP, whatever." You know, like go actually change stuff and go help them. So, like, expecting your team to like be able to kill a Sky with Corvus Mercs as Koga, and expecting your Ruckus to not instantly die to a Victor is a reasonable assumption. But now that like they kind of are feeding, like going and helping them would be very, very good.
Thanks, medic.
You also could have ulted at some point. I mean, I guess you didn't really get a chance, but.
Alright, they're getting hot. They're getting hot.
Thanks for the healing.
There's not really much to say here. You know, you're playing Corvus, you're in your backline, you're right clicking, you're staying alive.
Enemy dub. Look
Could
out.
you maybe be, you know, you get really nitpicky about positioning and stuff, right? But that's what getting really nitpicky. This looks like an ult where you were trying to start something. Let's look at like your team can't follow up on this. This is why you like your team. This is why you support. Like when you think of like the ways that your team would go in with their ults, like if Ying pops ult, she can go in. If Nano pops ult, he can go in. Ruckus ults the backline, Koga ults the backline. and like they are committed, they are taking that fight. But if you ult the backline, like it just kind of does nothing. So this is like why you wait for someone to go in first. This is exactly why you wait for someone to go in first. This is a cool ult. Like that was fun. You're gonna hit a bunch of people. Cool, good job. But like it doesn't do anything, you know. So, but if your Ruckus was following up, that'd be great. The other thing is that you are once again frontlining the side. Someone comes from right side or even walks to you from mid, you are by yourself. So playing with backline, playing DPS. Your knives need some work because now you die because you frontline the side and because you messed up your knife.
Enemy dub, look out! Alright, they're getting hot, they're getting hot.
If you feel like Illuminate Free is good, then you can buy it, but you have enough credits. That is up to you if that's worth it or not, though.
Seconds left.
You're getting really low salting after you kill people. You can push up there. You can knife back to high ground to sides, and your team's pushing up, so.
Enemy dub, look out! 15 seconds!
If you were something that couldn't get up to high ground, then yeah, sure, be careful, but like you can, so it's not that big of a deal.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, overtime, now or never, boys. That counts as mine, right?
Yeah. I mean, you know what? Committing ult there is the right play, but the better play is to not knife off the map. It happens. Unlucky. Even though, let's go. You could have thrown knife to burst him earlier, but. Chronos tree, cool, yep.
Capture point spawns in 15 seconds.
Your team is going up, so that's cool.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Then with your backline.
Alright, they're getting hot, they're getting hot.
We are stronger together.
Cool.
As long as we win the battle. Enemies on our flank.
Good push. This is why Corvus VODs are like a little slow, man. There's just nothing much for you to do. This is a bit weird. I don't know why you're walking at the inner by yourself,
Okay,
but
real talk, I'm gonna stop that guy.
yeah, that was a little, that was a strange one. Like honestly, so far it's like, you're not playing with your backline super well a lot of the time, especially because this guy is destroying you guys somehow. Using your ult like not first, you know, using your ult to enable when people go in, not to start people going in. So, and not frontlining aside. Playing with DPS, not frontlining aside, and making sure you use your ult to support engages, not start them. That's really it so far. And like the thing is, right, is like this is why the VODs are like a little wee bit boring on Corvus. It's like, yeah, this is like cool. This is stuff you can improve on, but you also get all those things on other supports too, and then you also get the fun parts of other support. Because other supports can do stuff. Corvus can do stuff, but he doesn't want to. You get more value to just marking people and staying alive, which like is a really bad power dynamic, but you know, balance. It is what it is. It's like right now, like, I mean, there's nothing else to talk about, so we can nitpick positioning. Like, you should be on the right side. Your offlane is pushing. You're very far back. You should have been here already.
As long as we win the battle. I am healed.
Keep talking while you can.
Cool, cool, cool.
30 seconds left. Enemy dub. Look out.
If you guys win this game, this is a really bad game to play.
Behold the power
This is really early.
15 seconds.
Let's talk about alt placement. So, like, look at, you know, there are 2 circles on the ground. Right? Where your alt is, I can't trust circles, and where the Inara can contest from. You want your alt to, like, basically be this, because then the Inara has to basically be in your alt to contest the point, and she can't, like, back up. Like, obviously she can't back up, she needs to contest the point, but, like, she can contest the point while she's not in your ult, and that's, like, no bueno. The other thing is that you're wide peeking here. That first shot was on you, you didn't react with knife fast enough. As soon as Victor pops out, you should be using knife.
10.
Oh, you really just said, hey, ult me. I'm gonna be real, man. If you don't peek the Victor ult out, you don't wide peek, you use knife earlier, and you actually ult the Inara instead of ulting an empty space, I think you guys push that in. Master Ready, not unlucky. Rizzo, why did I guess that was.
15 seconds.
He hasn't really been giving you much trouble though, has he?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's a Master Rating, like, my god. Okay, that's something else. 2 tanks, people leave, you are squishy. God, do not fight that. Do not fight that. Leave out. Who do you think you are? You're not gonna win that. They just decided to not push you. That's pretty cool. Like, I don't know. You should have been doing this sort of rotation, like, at first. You were 100% killable there. This is good that you're supporting your Koga a bit more though. That's good. Knife out, yep. I wouldn't have knifed out this way because once again you have knifed to a spot where you do not know if anyone is here. You are frontlining aside, so if you knife farther back, then you're a lot safer. I like how you just stopped shooting the Nara and now she's living on 1 HP. Koga still gets that though. But now he has no cooldowns on it. This guy probably kills him now. Oh no, okay, Koga got out. Very cool. Why are, no, okay, this is bad. This is an aggressive play. You cannot make this play. Like, the value that you get as an individual Corvus player is less than the value that you get from staying alive and just putting marks on things. So, it's never worth, it's almost never worth to go for aggressive plays. Like, you can go for them because they're fun, right? They're fun, but... Oh my god, that jump scared me. Jesus, dude. Like, you see where your Ying is? You could be right next to her. Like this, again, it's aggressive, but... What if knife button's there, you know? That's just scary. Hey, why do you cancel? You can look down and, like, you can basically, like, do this. Or... You can hold W and it'll like do that sort of movement. Look down and hold W, you move down your ult. So you could have ulted point here. Why are you making these plays by yourself? And like, yeah, I know I've got like a little wee bit of a reputation as someone who's really, really aggressive. You never make plays into space that you do not have perfect information on. Like, you don't know. Okay, well, I guess you know what's back here, technically, because if you're counting respawns. But, like, you don't know, like, that the Grok doesn't have full cooldowns. You don't know that your Koga isn't necessarily going to push with you. And, like, even if you do have perfect information, this isn't really the area that you want to be pushing. You just want to burn point because they're staggering in. Like, if you, all 5 of you just, like, live, you'll win this. So, like, there's no reason to go for this aggressive play. Yeah, it's very cool. Wow, look at you fragging the backline. Look at you, very proud. But, like, you didn't need to do that. Okay, that was like, dude, there's not much there, so... Yeah, the notes will be, like, below and stuff. Like, you did fine, man. Like, there's not too much to Corvus, but you seem to have it down. You can try the more self-sustaining build if you really want. Um, but also, like, just talking about what makes like a good VOD is generally like a close loss, uh, is what you want. So the reason that you want a close VOD or a close loss for your VODs is because it will show you like I can show you the reason that you lost and show you what you could have done to prevent that loss. Like in that sort of game, I can say like, well, you shouldn't be face tanking these tanks, and then you get out anyways and you live. But like, if it's a close loss, you die there, and I can say this like this is why you died. This is how you know this is what you do to stop dying so you can win your games. But and in a win, even a close win, dude, it's like, well, here's how you should have lost, you know? Um, and even then, on Corvus, again, Corvus is a very simple character. All the basically all the concepts on Corvus transfer over to other supports and then some. Or all the Corvus is like a lot simpler compared to other supports. Basically, like if you can play other supports well, you can probably play Corvus well. But if you can only play Corvus well, other supports are going to be hard. Um, but it's just he's in a weird spot right now, man. So yeah, there's not too much to that. If you got like a better VOD, send it my way. But yeah, other than that, hope you guys enjoyed. Notes are below and all that good stuff. And I will see you all next time. Bye bye.